And we're here. Good afternoon. It is a Wednesday. It keeps happening. It keeps being Wednesday. I don't know why. And so that means midweek motivation. I am your hostess, bargain counter argument, sock marionette, middle-aged lady, tiara. You know the drill. And with me today is Ana of Ana's Book Nook.
Hi. I'm quiet. Doing all the book things.
So hope everybody's doing well this afternoon, or doing well whenever it is if you're watching it back later, through the magic of delayed programming. Time shifting. Maybe for you, it's not Wednesday again. Maybe for you, it's Thursday. Maybe it's Saturday. Maybe it's the distant future, and somebody's trying to figure out how it all went wrong. Okay.
And now I've got Heat of the Moment looping in my head.
What's the heat of the moment? You love it, Asia. You know it. You love this song. You know it. Good afternoon, all. Hi, Emily. Hi. Gwen's here, and she's saying hi, ladies. Ladies. And Maury is here saying good morning, socking everyone, because for her, it is not Wednesday afternoon. It's Wednesday morning. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're fancy like that in Oregon. She's like, you guys are like well into the afternoon, and I'm just getting ready for brunchin'. Wyoming is here. Hi, Wyoming. Barkity, barkity. Barkity, barkity, barkity. Bark, bark. And so what are you up to today, Ana?
I have been trying to finish up some of the series that I started over time this month. So I'm working on finishing up Mate and Wild Side, trying to, depending on how I feel, which one I want to read. I've been reading Mate today.
Nice.
I'm also tinkering with some writing on the side.
Nice, nice. Maurice wants to know how the future is. It's very much like the past. It's just a little closer to bedtime. And Ella's here. She is available on YouTube as Danielle Dodson, and she says she's reading Healing a Rescuer's Heart by Ciara Knight. I'm guessing this is Harlequin, like, what is it? Inspirational, what is the line called? The intrigue line, but it's like faith-based.
I have no clue.
I want to say intrigue inspiration, but I don't think that's it. Harlequin inspired. Harlequin inspired, and they have Harlequin inspired, which is like garden variety, well, not garden variety, but romance, faith-based, particular faith, evangelical Christian, faith-based romance, and then Harlequin inspired, they also have Harlequin inspired intrigue, which is like more of a suspense kind of thing, like Harlequin intrigue, but more oriented toward, anyway. So I'm guessing that's probably what that is, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's Harlequin Heartwarming, which is like wholesome and stuff, but not explicitly religious. I don't know. I just know I have my cold beverage.
I have a bottle of water.
It matches the wall. Love inspired, she says. So it's love inspired, but it's not intrigue. It's not suspense. That's what it's called. Love inspired suspense, not love inspired intrigue. It says love inspired, but not love inspired suspense. Okay. So you don't have to worry about, suspenseful things happening. Anyway, I just realized this kind of matches the wall.
On brand. Very themed.
I know. Like if only I had the matching lid.
If it was just the lid had just a little bit of a gold sheen, it'd be perfect.
I need to get some of that spray paint. Rust-Oleum. And spray paint it gold.
You need something food safe.
I'll be on the outside.
That's true.
I don't drink from the top of the lid. And I'm going to take my robe off. Scandalous, because it's kind of warm in here. I have spaghetti straps, so,
Comfort is key.
There. Now I'm not showing as much skin. My drink is, I took some of those powdered packets that you add to your drinks, to your water, to make it a little more amusing. And this is an energy, Pure Kick energy. It's got like caffeine in it. So in a bit, I'll be humming around. I'll be, flying around like a little hummingbird, and it is green apple flavored, and they co-branded with Jolly Rancher. It's quite tasty.
Oh, that sounds really good.
And it's like only 5 calories, so it has like so many chemicals in it. But I've been drinking and eating so many chemicals since I was a little child, which is why I look younger than I really am. Or so I'm given to
All the
understand.
preservatives.
Yes, I'm 102. Okay, Anita. She says, good afternoon. Today I'm going to write a book review during these sprints. Ooh, you were doing that last week too. Carmen's here. She says, hi, ladies. I'm reading Wild Bill by Tom Clavin. Nice. And Anita says, I saw a cat's tail. Well, apparently the cat is just like very big into hanging out with Aina today.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, this is the one time I'm going to be social. What I saw today in the way of animals, I saw a squirrel frolicking in the not a squirrel, a chipmunk frolicking in the backyard. And like every day for the last 3 days in a row, when I go downstairs and I'm getting breakfast and coffee and stuff ready, I look out the window and there's a bunny, fairly sizable bunny, sitting on the lawn and eating it.
I am in a feud right now with the squirrels. The radishes I had planted, destroyed. 2 of my jalapeno plants, the leaves are completely like torn and ripped and chewed. Green beans getting devoured. All the strawberries that were growing on my plants plucked off.
Those filthy little jerks. I think the squirrels around here are storing acorns in the HVAC vent on my car because it keeps making that noise when I turn on the vent. I'm taking it to the shop tomorrow. So, and Emily says the watermelon liquid IV tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher to me. Not branded though, just my thoughts. Well, I got the, what is it I got, they have one that's co-branded with, or just put out by Sour Heads. I really like those, but I can't have them after 7 o'clock because they inflame the senses and I don't want that to happen just before bedtime. Emily says, we've had bunnies in our backyard lately. We planted marigolds around our garden to deter them from eating our plants. Go ahead. Just eat the marigolds.
That's not doing anything.
Kristen says, hey, I'm taking you for my walk. I went for a walk yesterday. I went to look at the mountain laurels, and I did a YouTube short about it. If anybody wants to check out my channel for YouTube shorts, there's a YouTube short, which is just photos I took that I arranged in a slideshow of the mountain laurels. The mountain laurel is the state flower of both Connecticut and Pennsylvania. One of these states has legit mountains, like real mountains. The other is Connecticut. And but they are a state flower. We have a lot of them around here. And one of the things, I actually went to take pictures of the laurels because they're in bloom right now. And I wanted a picture for the thumbnail today. So I took the thumbnail for this very live stream, which you are watching now or later, is from that walk I took yesterday. And Maury's like, oh yeah, Kristen, where are we walking? We're walking down the street. We're talking. Sorry. Maury says that was lovely mountain laurel. We have so much of it this time of year. It's amazing. I don't know if I'm in shape enough to walk to where like we have an entire tunnel of them in one of the state parks, but yes, they were pretty, says Kristen. Yeah, so Kristen, let us know how the walk is going. So let's see. So that's what I did yesterday, and I don't know. Oh, I'm distracted. I don't know what my problem is. She's walking around her block. I wonder, is it one of those blocks where it's like not a block exactly? It's more like this kind of like you range around, like you're walking around a free-form swimming pool, but much bigger. Because if I want to walk around the block here, that's like a 3/4 of a mile commitment. And not always.
Take my sister's dogs on a walk and came home feeling pretty sick after that. Was
it hot?
it was warm and the dogs kept yanking, and it was basically that replaced my physical therapy. Like,
Oh, resistance training. The resistance is coming from the dog.
they pull.
Okay. So let's see. I don't know what I'm doing today. I had hopes of making a video or two, but now I'm kind of collapsing a little bit. Gracefully. So, but first, 10 minutes of yuck. I'm not going to do anything too strenuous because, again, I don't want to collapse. My hair is kind of wilting in the heat. Carmen says, somebody in our neighborhood feeds the squirrels peanuts in the shell. Oh, man, who would do such a thing? That's antisocial behavior. They bury them in our yard. The dog digs them out. The dog comes in the house and does what? Yep, barfs on the carpet. My goodness. You just throw out these peanuts. Oh, there's the other kitty.
Yeah, she got her claw stuck in my shirt.
Huh?
This is Gemma.
Gemma, yeah. So it's like, I think just like feeding the squirrels in general, that's just antisocial behavior. You know, just, no, don't do it. Oh, this is something I wanted to mention because just before we came on here, I was like looking at stuff, doing my usual Wednesday stuff. And one of the things I like to do is look at the online Aldi like weekly ad for next week. So starting a week from today, they'll have their new round of specials. And this coming Wednesday, a week from today, they're going to have all kinds of bookish things. You know those vases that look like books?
Yes.
They're going to have those. They're going to have Little Women, Pride and Prejudice, just a book called Fairy Tales. Something else, maybe. They're also going to have a candle that looks like that. That's Pride and Prejudice. They're going to have a bunch of throw blankets at like $5 each, 50 by 60, that are book themed. They're going to have totes that are book themed. They're even going to have books. They have something by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't remember what it is. They have Better Than the Movies. They have Icebreaker and a couple of other books, but like adult books, not just like coloring and activity books. But, you know, I thought I would mention that to people in case you want a nice throw that says just one more chapter or has bookshelves or something. Gwen says, I'm reading Wicked Torture by... Is that a Z.J. Kenner or is that a J. Kenner with the Z kind of just throwing itself in there for good measure? In part of the Wicked Knights series? Let's see. Wicked Torture. Okay, it's J. Kenner. The Z just kind of snuck itself in there for fun. Wicked Knights, yes. Anita says, your cat is so pretty. You should see the other one. She looks like a photo negative of the first. Ooh, says Emily, I need to go next Wednesday. Yeah. She says, I love the Aldi random things sale aisle. A lot of people call it the aisle of shame, but, you know, I'm not ashamed.
I always called it the naughty aisle.
I will be looking for a haul from that now. You know, there are like 4 or 5 different designs of books. You know I'm going to get them all. I have the throws, I mean. You know I'm going to get them all. And yes, Anna, your cats are so sweet, says Emily. And Wendy says J. Kenner. Yes. I think I was like K. Jenner, J. Kenner. I was just, you know... Plus, there was that extra Z. Was adding a little pizzazz. So, 10 minutes of yuck. So, to 25 past the hour, time to do something that you don't want to spend more than 10 minutes doing.
I'm going
answering emails. I'm not going to do anything too strenuous because I curled my hair and it's like right now is kind of the way I like it. And if I do anything too strenuous, it'll flatten even further because it's humid today. And like I said, I was hoping I might actually record a video or two, and I want my hair looking fly when I do it. So let's see. Maurice says, my back says I am to stay put for the 10 minutes of yuck. Yes, your back must be obeyed.
I'm going to attempt to fix this nonsense.
Oh, is that where you're?
Abby decided to destroy. You can see books are missing, stuff is missing. It's like,
Okay, we're sprinting until 25 minutes past. So I will see you in a moment. doing? I'm confused. Now I'm happy. How's it going? How was it 10 minutes of yuck? Did you manage to address some of the damage?
Yes, I also found one of my metal bookmarks that was broken and fixed it.
Oh, let me see. How does a bookmark get broken?
The chain got ripped off with the little charm on it.
No.
My cat one that says "You paused here."
You know how that happened?
Little fingers got curious.
Yeah, squirrels.
I don't need another reason to hate the squirrels.
Isn't hating the squirrels better than hating the toddlers in your life?
True.
I switched tiaras. It took me 10 minutes. I'm going to be recording a video, so I was setting up for that, and then I was like, I think I want a slightly more dramatic tiara, so here we go.
That is very beautiful.
Thank you.
It also goes.
Is this one? This is one of the ones that what?
The volume of your tiara, like the build of the tiara, goes really well with the volume of your hair right now.
I know. Thank you. I planned it that way because I was wearing this smaller one, this beautiful, delicate tiara that Kristen gave me. She who is going for a walk, and I like to wear that during midweek motivation because this one, she sent me another one too. These are both very lightweight. This one's quite heavy. And so if I'm going to be wearing it for like 2 hours or so, I want something more lightweight. But because I'm recording a video, for the duration of the video, I want to wear something heavier. So I am doing the booktube numbers tag. And I was also picking my next read. Plagueland. Well, I'm currently reading Bloody Heart by Sophie Lark, Brutal Birthright. Book 4, I want to say. 3 or 4.
I've never read them. I've never read that author, but I've heard things about it, but I've never touched them.
It's dark romance. It's mafia. I am buddy reading this with Kristen. Sounds like of Tiara fame, and apparently she has a comment down here about DMV. I haven't gotten to it yet, so we are buddy reading this 5 chapters at a time. So I need to get that done for today because I read yesterday's chapters, and then I also was going through my books, and I had all these YA science fiction trilogies, but I didn't have all the books, so I was going through and seeing which ones where I could fill in the trilogy with books from my library, and it wasn't very many of them because they were all accessions, so I could buy them in a library sale. And so, but I found this one. I have all 3 books, and it is Plagueland by Alex Scarrow. It's YA post-apocalyptic British from 2016. And oh wait, there was one. Hang on a second. There was one I was reading last night. I finished it. It was okay. I wasn't crazy about it. It's called The Darkest Path, and it's by Jeff Hirsch. It was published, I think, in 2013. But when I looked at the map, it shows when this book takes place. June 2026.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, I guess I picked that up at exactly the right time, literally. And then it ends in September of 2026. So anyway, so that's what I was doing. Now, let's see what other people got up to. Okay. Gwen says she has a window curtain that is bookshelves, or a bookshelf. Ellie was expressing sympathy to Maury for her bad back. Yes, and Maury said, I may not have done 10 minutes of yuck, but the character in my book was talking a quilt into letting go of its ink stain. I say that counts. It does, because the character was doing 10 minutes of yuck. Persuasive yuck. A fun start to the Keeper of Magical Things. Nice. And then she was thanking Emily for her commiseration. Anita is still working on the review. And Kristen, giver of tiaras, said DMV called, so I was able to finally get a replacement title for Nana's car. So now I'm back on my walk. Woo-hoo! You just march them little feet all over the neighborhood. And Kristen says, I have 3 chapters left for today's read. These are very short chapters at this point. It starts off like in the past, and then at some point we're going to jump ahead a few years to get the show on the road. But man, is she taking the scenic route there. So are the characters. In fact, you might even say that some of them are going downtown. Anyway, so that was that. So, yes. Pretty soon, another video I want to start, but probably not today. I'm going to be doing a special vlog, Sister Picks My TBR, because my sister picked my TBR.
That's fun. I could do that. I should have done it while she was here, though. Had her go through my bookshelf.
Well, what I did was, I think after this, Sister Picks My TBR, I'm going to try Mom Marionette Picks My TBR. And she can like stroll around the house if she wants to. Of course, my sister's in California, so she can't do that. But instead, I just sent her the link to my owned but unread shelf on Goodreads, and she picked them from there.
That works.
So preview, she said she most of the books she picked were fairly recent editions. She didn't just pick like the 5 most recent books that I've added, but most of the ones she picked I've added in the last 6 months or so. And the first one she picked was this, because she was like, well, I saw you had this, and I had to. And it's TV Goes to Hell, an unofficial roadmap of Supernatural, the TV show. And this is essays about Supernatural. So you have essays like Rabbit's Feet and Spleen Juice, the comic strategies of TV horror. And Purgatory with Color TV, motel rooms as liminal zones in Supernatural. The Road to Lordsburg, rural masculinity in Supernatural, and so on.
I just watched the Rabbit's Foot episode last night.
What?
I just watched the Rabbit's Foot episode last night.
Yes, you mentioned that when we were DMing. Angels, Demons, and Damsels in Distress, the representation of women in Supernatural. Go be gay for that poor dead intern, which is a quote. Conversion fantasies and gay anxieties in Supernatural, and so on. So it's like academic and para-academic essays about Supernatural. And she was like, yes, you have to read this. And I was like, yes. So that's one of the books she picked for me. Gwen says, Jodi Ellen Malpas has a good semi-dark mafia series. Yes, I have some of those. Is this the Brit you're talking about? It's like the Brit and something. I have a couple of those. I haven't read them yet. I have another book by Jodi Ellen Malpas, which is, I think, historical. But I haven't read anything by her yet, even though I own these books. This is why I'm hoping to spend at least part of the summer reading down my book inventory. That's why I got my sister to pick my TBR from the books I already own.
I think I've got 2 unread that are Mafia on my shelf. I'm not sure what, because I don't always read the back of the books. I've got Nero by S.J. Tilley and Dante by Sadie Kincaid.
Nice. Kristen said yes. And Gwen said, yep. Oh. I put my robe back on. I have to bump up the air conditioner or something if I want to make a video, because I don't want people to be watching it and thinking that I'm having a stroke.
I've got ours is set to 74, and every time I stand up to do something, I still sweat so much. It's like,
I don't want people to be watching my video and going, should I press the like button or call 911?
Call 911. Press the like button and then call 911. Because one requires attention and the other one you can click.
Okay, sorry, I'm just like distracted. The thing is, this is not even all that hot outside. I think it's, what does it say? It is 80, well, it is 80 degrees, but it's also humid, so.
It's still raining here.
It's not that humid. So I think I am going to start a sprint. 45 minutes. So until 20 past the hour. I think that's 45 minutes. I'm too hot to do math. Oops. 20 past the hour. Ah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just having a hot flash because it came on really suddenly. Okay, I'll see you in 45.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how'd it go?
I kind of got zoned in and I think I wrote close to 1,000 words somewhere in there.
Wow, nice. That is zoning in.
Yeah. Ow.
But you spent that time like bending over and now your back hurts.
Yep.
Let's do a quick stretch.
Ooh, head rush. Oh.
To the side! To the side until you crash into the bookish tree. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. I was feeling kind of punk, but that helped. Tara's here. Hi, Tara Talks Books. It's summer. You're on summer break. I'm guessing. Anita says, I'm done with my book review. Yay! I gave the Diva Hosts a Murderer 5 stars, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to read next. But meanwhile, the old sign! Hooray! You got your book review done. I was like, as I was struggling to come back to the live stream, I was thinking, should I cut it short for the day? But I set up, I did the stretches, and now I feel much better. So I'm definitely good for another sprint. Sarah says, yes, she's on summer break. Yay! Hooray!
Summer break for me means I'll have the kids over here every other weekend for a sleepover. So
what about during the week?
then too, sometimes, depending on plans.
Maury says, I had my lunch and listened to more of the Miseducation of Caroline Bingley. Nice. It just seems like everything I need is like not where I can easily reach it. I read today's chapters of A Bloody Heart by Sophie Lark. Danielle got to page 50. Nice. I hope I'm not giving any spoilers if Kristen is still with us. Or she can mute me until I put the book down. But you know what I really like when I'm reading a romance? Was that you?
That was my phone.
Okay. I really enjoy it when the story comes to a crashing halt so that we can read 7 pages of a very unnecessarily detailed poker game. It drags on for 7 pages. It's like,
why?
Why are you giving me everybody's move in great detail? You know what I needed to know about that scene? I needed to know poker game and a general description as to how. I did not need to read every turn of every card. So, yes, that was irritating. Of course, I'm in a mood to be irritated right now. Tara says, I am currently listening to The Guncle and reading Until Forever with my eyeballs. Both at the same time. I like the idea of trying to read one book while listening to another. I think there are a very select number of people who can do that, but
I can do that if I've read the book previously and I have the audiobook. I can listen to the audiobook while I read a new book, and I tend to I can grasp both. But if they're both new books, I don't feel like I can give one or the other enough attention mentally.
I don't know that I would even try. However, one thing I did also achieve during that sprint was I recorded a video. I don't know how much of it's going to be usable. If it might turn out to be one of those situations where, oh, okay, that was really more of a dress rehearsal than anything else, which is fine, you know. So
sometimes you gotta give it more than one go.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Sometimes it's just about breaking any kind of logjam, but I was starting to get a little headachy. Oh, I'm doing like this weird neck scrunching thing. where I'm just like pushing my head down and my shoulders up. Oh, oh. So, and then having done those things, I read a couple more pages from A Plagueland by Alex Scarrow. And yeah. But now, because I decided I'm going to get rid of all those books that are parts of trilogies where I can't get the rest of the trilogy or whatever. I now have some extra blank spaces on my shelf. I wonder if I have any books that I can put in there. So, are we all ready for another? Oh, excuse me. Oh.
I'm ready for sprinting. I've already got like the next like chunk of this written in my head. I'm ready to get it out.
I'm going to do a long sprint because I'm too lazy to change the time on the banner. So we're going to go until 20 minutes past the next hour, which is almost an hour. Because, like I said, we're going till 20 minutes after. So that's like almost 55 minutes. So everybody, oh, wait, there's one more comment. Blank spaces on shelves. What an idea, says Maury. Oh, it won't last. It won't last. It just won't.
Cannot be allowed. They must be filled.
Oh no. Anus frozen.
I am?
Are you back?
Yes, I think.
Okay, there you are. Okay, so yes, we're going to sprint until 20 minutes past the hour because I don't want to change the banner. Okay. Okay, happy reading, everyone.
Hello.
That one's Persephone.
Yes.
To some, shadow to others. Okay. How'd you do during the sprint?
I got another about 1,000 words written. And I made my meal, so.
Yeah, it's very impressive. What'd you make? What'd you make?
Orange chicken.
I'm coming over to your place for dinner.
Owie, let me get your claw unstuck so I can pull you down.
But yeah, 2,000 words today, plus whatever you wrote before sprint started.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. I got a good start in on Plagueland. I'm on page 122, so about a third of the way through of the first book in a trilogy. And let's see. A lot of comments. Let's see.
I had to stop writing after a little bit because I was getting emotional because the main setting for the story is based off of my grandparents' homestead in Arizona.
Oh,
so I was describing the house, and I was like,
Bubbling. Yeah, so Anita. She decided to start, she said after her phone call, she would start reading A Death in the Dark by Ellie Alexander. Nice. And Emily says, I read that one last month. Anita. Yeah. A little bit of hair just like going everywhere. Anyway, she read that one last month and she loves that series. And okay. Emily, that's great, says Anita. And Anita says, love the black one. She's so affectionate. And then you said her name is Persephone. And you said, as for the white one, she'll cut you as soon as I look at you. She wanted me to hold the curtain open for her so she could climb in the window. Carmen left us. She said, hopping off now. Thanks for the motivation. I don't know how much motivation there was. I think for me, it was like thinking as I came up after the last sprint, thinking I might have to cut it short. And then all I did was stretch and suddenly I felt a million times better.
Yeah, the stretching always helps because you're loosening up and getting the blood flowing back in.
Yeah. I spent my sprint talking to my old friend. I actually did get up and wander into the next room to take my makeup off because I was like, I'm like sprawled out on this white couch and I'm like, there is a non-zero chance that I may fall asleep. So I set an alarm just in case. I didn't actually end up falling asleep, but I was like, I do not want to get makeup on the couch. That would not be great.
Oh, look at that. Vacuum cleaner.
What was that?
I had to dig out my vacuum cleaner because I had the 2 large dogs here and the one was a golden retriever, so my carpet is covered in dog hair. So that's going to be my next yuck whenever we get off.
That's the thing that needs. Look at that happy cat face, says Maury. I don't know if she's talking about the cat or you. Is it like the happy face that the cat is making, or is it the happy face that Aina's making? Wow, you read a lot of pages of Sock. Yeah, I'm a fast reader for, whatever that's worth. Just got off the phone. Also, this is like it's got very friendly font. So nice wide margins. So, yeah, that goes pretty quickly. She just got off the phone. So, was that all that conversation with your friend? It's nice to have a long chat. So, what you got coming up this week?
I keep making plans for videos, but I ran out of storage on my phone, so I have to get the second phone we have that's a backup, and I'm going to download my editing apps and stuff onto that so I can start making videos and just use that phone purely for video storage.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I use my laptop I use my phone to record and then I use my laptop for editing, and I have an external drive. So once I've done something, posted it, it goes into the external drive and then I still have it, but it's not taking up space on my.
Technology doesn't like me. I break it too often to have a whole bunch of different things. I just rather upload it from the phone.
It's like, yeah. Well, I can't. I can't stand using phones. The fiddly little screen and everything. I don't like doing that. A pain. So, yeah. So, but I was thinking about more like generally speaking. Do you have like?
No big plans this coming week coming up. Nothing huge. Uh, I got a little bit of gardening I need to do to fix the stuff that's been torn up.
By the squirrels.
Yes.
Organized gangs of squirrels. Well, let's see. I don't know if I'm posting anything anytime soon. Oh, I'm tired again. I want to start that vlog where sister picks my TBR, but right now I'm kind of getting into this. I would say if anybody's interested in reading YA post-apocalyptic plague story from 2016, this plague has an extremely high gross out factor. So it's not a polite little cough and keel over kind of deal. It's gross. So if you are of delicate sensibility, maybe don't do it.
I may set a goal for myself to write at least 1,000 words a day for the next week. We'll see if I can meet that. At least 1,000 a day. We'll see.
It's aggressive, but potentially doable. I mean, depends on how much you have in your head in terms of like what happens next.
Oh, a lot. There's a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. So yeah, I started to fall asleep again. What is that beeping noise?
It's either the microwave or the washer. I'm not positive. They both beep like that.
Kristen says, caught up on our buddy read and started Blood and Betrayals by Jeanette Rose and Alexis Rune. I'm like, why do we have to spend 7 pages on that stupid poker game? Why? Everything grinds to a halt. I mean, I think I don't know if we're setting something up or it was just like, I don't know. In the last book, she had like exciting car chases and drag races and whatnot. And maybe she was like, I know this time I will have the pulse pounding excitement of a poker game. Woohoo! I mean, it's a high stakes poker game, but you know.
I would have gotten frustrated with it and through the book at that point.
I did skim it. I skimmed that because I was like, I don't really care. The other thing is I don't play poker, so it's like these detailed descriptions of, you know, the flop and the so on and so forth. It's like this means nothing to me, okay? You know. And Kristen says rust-colored rain was like that too. I am assuming the disgusting plague. And Kristen says, called it with surprise baby. I think it's not just surprise baby. I'm thinking that the sister's going to die or become permanently incapacitated in some way. So she'll feel even more pressure to do whatever her parents tell her to. Or maybe I don't know. We'll see. Tara says, I would think a high-stakes poker game is hard to convey in a book, but, well, you know what you do? You describe every turn of the cards and every person's turn in excruciating, mind-numbing detail, which means nothing to people who don't follow poker. That's how you do it. That's just good storytelling. Yes, that's just, those are the choices you make as an author that really make your work stand out. Which amuses Tara. Tara's like, I play poker. I play poker real good, and even I'm bored by this. Facts, says Kristen. See, I'm not wrong about this. My assessment was on point. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what I'm doing in terms of video, in terms of like other types of stuff. Tomorrow I'm dropping my car off, and they said they should be able to look at it tomorrow and tell me like, have squirrels been storing acorns in the air vent for the winter? Or did one of my trim clips come loose? I don't know. I don't think it's the blend door actuator because air conditioner is still blowing cold air when I put it on cold, and it's still blowing, and the heater, it's the fan, right? And it's still blowing cold air when I put the air conditioner on, and when I switch it over to heater, it's blowing hot air. So it's like the function is there. It's just that the vent is making a weird noise. So we shall see. We shall see. The other thing is, if it was a tiny little chipmunk or a little mouse or something, I'm concerned that they might have decided to snack on my wires along the way. So I'm like, I would rather know about it and not have my car suddenly die in the middle of nowhere because the electrics went out because somebody's been eating something that's no good for them. Oh, bummer, says Tara. I always hate car problems. Well, the good news is the car is functioning fine. The motor's going and all of that. It's just like this weird noise in my vent. And hopefully it's just like a rock or something like that. Hopefully it's not a big deal. But it's like, I can afford to have my car fixed these days, but I'm thinking back to like 20, 30 years ago when my car would break down and I wouldn't be able to afford to have it fixed. And it was very, very stressful. I was like, I can afford this now. It's not that big a deal. I can use Mom Marionette's car while they're working on, I don't have anywhere that urgent to go over the next few days. But it's still like that residual stress is there. So. Mm-hmm. And I remember having to make a decision about when there'd be an expensive car repair. And I would literally be trying to decide, do I have the car fixed or do I just get a different car?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be standing there going, well, I have a full tank of gas, so I might as well have it repaired.
Yeah, Dad and I are at the point where next time the car needs a repair that's like over $100, the car's getting replaced.
Yeah.
It's not worth it at this point.
Well, see, the thing is, I think that maybe the next time a car needs to be replaced around here, what we might do is both Mom Marionette might trade both our cars in for one car. And I want to put that off as long as possible because I can't afford to insure somebody that much older than I am. Okay. Because right now, her car, her insurance, she pays it. But I had a mouse put a bunch of feathers in the vents. I had them on the dash, thieving mouse. Oh, pull a bunch of feathers into the vents. Okay. Well, there was the time my brother-in-law, I picked up him and my sister-in-law at the airport. Him and my brother-in-law, I picked up him and my sister at the airport. Or he picked me up, I don't know. He took the parking ticket and wedged it into the vent. And of course it got sucked in. And it's like he had two other people in the car. Me and my sister were both there. He could have handed it to one of us. But no, he had to come up with a hack. Of course, we didn't call it then. We didn't call them hacks back then, but yes. Anyway, enough of that. So other than that, I don't have anything big planned. I might go for another walk in the woods if I can, because it's cool in the mornings at least. So.
If it hadn't been raining today, I probably would have gone for a small walk. I'm doing a competition.
I didn't go today because I was just like, I was tired and everything hurt. So anyway, so we'll be back, or I'll be back. Hopefully you'll be in a position to join me or not. I am not the boss of you. And next week for Midweek Motivation at 2 p.m. next Wednesday. And maybe I can get back to doing the thing where I pick a category romance after I savagely goof on the covers. I haven't done that in a few weeks. That's always fun. At least it is for me.
After I finish these couple series, I'm gonna grab the one Texas Heart series or whatever it is I have by Debbie Mackelberg, the clean romance or whatever. I have all but two of them down there, and I'm gonna read those.
Nice. Well, I'm going to read this trilogy, I think, and then I'll probably tackle the books my sister assigned to me. I mean, she made a good selection. I was very happy with what she selected. I mean, they're all books that I own, so it was obvious I was motivated to read them anyway. Anita says, thank you for the sprints, and I will see you soon. Be safe, stay cool. Thank you, Anita. thank you all for joining me. And if you're watching back later, thank you for doing that. And yeah, I'm going to end it here. So I hope everybody has a wonderful evening and a great week. Bye.
Bye.